What's the best time frame chart to trade? Do you know? What suits you? Well, let's talk about it right now in this video. Hi, it's Andrew Mitchem here, the Forex Trading Coach. Welcome along. Today is Friday, the 17th of October 2013, and that's right, I want to talk about the time frame of charts. See, behind me here, I have three different time frame charts open. One's on the daily chart, one's on the 4-hourly, and one's on the 1-hourly. What is the best time frame chart to trade? You know, everybody's always looking for the best strategy, but what is the actual best time frame? And really the answer is it depends what suits you, because there is no right or wrong way. And let me explain exactly what I mean. I held a live 2.5-hour webinar for my clients last night, my time in the European session. And we had people from all sorts of different countries around the world on. I want to talk about three people. The first one actually wasn't on because he was working. He lives in Noosa over in Australia. He was actually my very first client, my coaching client, back in early 2009. And this person, he owns a restaurant and he's obviously a chef. So he's a full-time chef and restaurant owner in beautiful Noosa up in Australia on the Sunshine Coast. Lovely place. Got to go there if you've not been there. He works days and nights being a chef, and so he trades weekly charts. He just looks at his charts once a week for about 15-20 minutes on a Monday morning, his time, looking through the weekly charts. Places his trades, if there are any there, walks away, leaves his trades. That's it for the week. That's his trading. He trades about an average of only 100 trades per year, but still does really well, and it's what suits him. We then take to the other extreme, and we had Robert from over in Oregon in the US on the webinar last night, early hours of the morning for him, but he gets up to my webinars because he just learns so much information, and he's great for sharing that information that he knows also about the 5-minute charts. Now, he took 2 trades on the British pound US dollar yesterday. And his trading style is to look for just the major pairs with the tighter spreads on the 5-minute chart, sometimes the 15-minute charts, in the first 2 hours of the Asian session and the first 2 hours of the European session. And he took 2 trades and showed us those trades yesterday, both on the British pound US dollar, both buy trades, trading with the longer term trend, but on the short 5-minute charts, because that's what suits him. One trade made a 2.8 risk to reward, and the other made a 3-to-1 risk to reward. So if you were risking, let's say, 1% of your account on each of those 2 trades, because they were both taken separately, one was closed when the other one opened, that would have been a 5.8% return by risking 1% on each of those 2 trades. That's a huge return. Robert actually traded only 0.5% risk. So that was a memories, brains just, what is it? That's a 1.9, isn't it? No, it's not. It's a bit more, but whatever it is, it's very low risk trading, very good reward. 2.9, sorry. Early in the morning here. 2.9% gain on his account by risking only 0.5% on each of those 2 trades. And that's, like Robert said, that's more than his bank will pay him in the States in an entire year. And he made that just out of 2 trades on the 5-minute charts just yesterday. So it shows what can be done. And another person on the webinar, Pete, was there. And Pete was on his first webinar, and he said, look, Andrew, I can see a really good trade on the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar on the 4-hourly charts. And I looked at the chart and I said, yep, Pete, I totally agree. And let's jump in on that trade when the 4-hour chart closed. And Pete's emailed me this morning and he said, look, Andrew, great trade, worked absolutely perfectly, like an absolute A-grade setup, worked just a treat. And Pete's told me that he made a 2.2 risk to reward trade on the retracement entry and a 3-to-1 risk to reward on the market order. So very high risk to reward trades. Doesn't matter whether you're trading weekly charts and only taking a number of trades per week, maybe 1 or 2, sometimes none, or you could be trading like Robert, who trades 5 and 15-minute charts but takes multiple trades per day. The advantage is you're getting lots of trade setups. The disadvantage is you need to be very patient with your trades, wait for the trade setups, not jump in too quickly. And then in between you get someone like Pete or myself who like trading the 4-hourly charts. I also like the 1-hourly charts. But you can see the risk to rewards there. For me, I just love 4-hourly charts because I know that every 4 hours is the only time I need to be at my computer. Right now, as soon as I finish this video, I'm off to my kids' school day today. I've got another 3.5 hours before I need to be back home. So I can go off for the day. I don't need to be sat watching the charts every couple of minutes waiting for setups because I don't need to. That is not my style of trading. But you can see by the results that I've talked about on just yesterday's performance how the time frame suits your personality, your how much time you can dedicate to your trading. Do you like sitting at your charts for a couple hours in each session or not? Do you like to take trades just once a week? If you're trading and like that and you're working full time, you might say, hey, I just want to trade just once a week for 15, 20 minutes, put my trades on the weekly charts, walk away, leave it for the week. Come back at the end of the week and see what happened. So it really is whatever suits you. Just quickly on to the charts themselves. A huge weakness in the US dollar as of yesterday. The US finally, I think it's made up its mind what it's going to do. There's an agreement anyway, but the rest of the world not looking too kindly on the way that the US has been run right now. Huge weakness in the US dollar, and so that probably is going to continue unless anything major happens today or over the weekend into next week. So enjoy your weekend, have a fantastic time, look at those charts and trade what suits you. That's the most important thing I can say in terms of time frames. So look forward to talking to you this time next week. This is Andrew Mitchem from the Forex Trading Coach. Bye for now.